You're so accurate!
This is another game that people played in the 1920s. They played tag, such as another imaginary game. They played cops and robbers, tag, and also they played cowboys and Indians.
Tar is an example of one of the ridiculous games people play in the 1920s called pole sitting. They'd sit on poles for hours and hours, just for entertainment.
Okay. Another game is hopscotch, and the girls used to play this game, and as you can see, that's one of the things they did to entertain themselves. Okay, girls in the 1920s played with dolls. There were three types of dolls that they played with. One type of doll is when their parents would purchase the doll. The second kind of doll is when they would make the dolls out of beer bottles. The third kind of doll is when they were passed down from generation to generation. If they didn't have dolls, they would use stuffed animals, and they would play house, and the houses were made out of clay. Boys were most likely to play cops and robbers. Girls were most likely to play jump rope, hopscotch, or house, and they invented songs to go with the games.
Some games the boys played in the 1920s were cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, marbles, and tag. Since it was a manufacturing era, the parents often bought the little toy guns and rifles, except bigger than this one. Some other, some team sports they played were early versions of baseball, cricket, and handball. Speaking of baseball, the boys often used baseball cards to trade and sell for money. Something else they would do would they'd use a can.
In the 1920s, three popular games that children and adults played was Hamla, Mahjong, and Jacks. Hamla is kind of like a Western version of Chinese checkers. The point of the game was to get all of your pieces on the board before anyone else. And then Mahjong is where you have to match geometric shapes with the colors on the tiles. And then Jacks was usually played on wooden porches, so a lot of kids got splinters. And then since this was a time for manufacturing, a lot of times moms would purchase, or parents, whatever, would purchase games for the kids that were commercial. But they didn't play just commercial games, they also played homemade games. And they used their imagination a lot of times. And girls would play hopscotch and jump rope while at recess, while also that phone at school.